Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review for My Hero Academia, episode 72, or season 4, episode 9. I want to say it's episode 9 or 8. I honestly forget when I'm going by like the seasons and stuff. I usually just like to bundle them all together. But we still look for air. We're still trying to catch up with air. And I kind of feel like this is how this was gonna go. So like you have some people who gonna keep going to like try to catch up with overhaul. And you have others who are going to be sit back and like have a few fights they have to take on, and that's pretty much exactly what this episode was. Because you have Iranaka who goes to see like the 3 guys that he sent to like hold the heroes off, was only able to stop Amajikin, and Amajik is in pretty bad shape. I hope somebody get to him pretty quick. You know, if a wound isn't like healed, treated pretty quickly, like you might have sustainable damage in the future. So I hope somebody get the Amajiki in the herd. But yeah, Iranaka goes to like, hey, I'm pretty sure this was Overhaul's doing because he saw the Overhaul can stop. Not Overhaul. Eraserhead can stop Quirk. So hey, he that's his main guy that he targets, and he tries to separate Eraserhead. Only thing about it, Fat Gum gets in the way and stops him. Not only Fat Gum, Kirishima actually tries the same thing, and they both get split from the rest of the group while everybody else still go try to go down the chase area. But before I want to get to the fight that happened with those guys, there was a small little thing that you saw between Bubba Girl when she was talking to a couple members of Shia High Sky, and it was that Overhaul took over for his father after he got sick. And Overhaul does things a lot different from his father, and it's pretty much, it kind of gives like speculation that Overhaul was the reason that his father's sick. Me, when I saw how he interacted with his father, I thought he kind of like had a good relationship with him, and like something just happened to him by itself. But it kind of seems like it's all Overhaul's doing, and like he's the reason behind it, just because he got him to be like the new head. And one thing that I did like that the villain said about Overhaul is like the guy has a guy who doesn't care about, you know what I'm saying, his actions, or a guy who's like willing to like throw it all away. I like villains like that because like those are the ones who you can't, I sometimes hate when like villains get took down with like somebody like talking to their senses and stuff. And it don't seem like that's something that's gonna happen with Overhaul. He gotta put like his sense of justice or what he think things should be, and like he just gonna stick on this. He gonna stand his ground on what he believes. So that's one part I think I'm really looking forward to seeing, especially when they catch up to him and like when things really get to going down. Because I don't think this is the end of this whole thing at all. Can't be. Can't be. Hope not. Hope not at least. But excuse me. Then we go back to Fat Gum and Kirishima, which they get ran into by Roper, a villain. I'm just say a villain with the strength to punch very, very hard because he delivers one shot at Kirishima. Kirishima is ready for it, blocks it, but is pretty much out of commission to the end of the episode. With him being out of commission, though, gives us time for a flashback. Not only that, while Kirishima's out of commission, Fat Gum is still trying to take on Roper, and Roper's just a guy who wants to fight. And Ten Guy comes along, a guy who's able to like create shields and like basically like force fields. They are a perfect combination of like sword and shield. Well, I think it was like, they didn't say sword and shield, they said spear and shield, I want to say. And they called Kirishima and Fat Gum shield and shield, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and Roper was like, oh, it's kind of disappointing, but like they get to fight, and you see why Roper is definitely, it's not Roper, it's Roper. Roper is definitely like the spear because he is delivering some blows to Fat Gum. And if you know Fat Gum's quirk, he's able to absorb things. But even he's feeling the effects of these punches because like his clothes are coming off. It's just what happened. His clothes are coming off. He is landing some blows. Like I said, we get to go until I see where Kirishima's history was like and coming up and what made him want to become a hero. Because one thing about him, he never felt like his quirk was like very strong. In a lot of situations, he really wasn't. He just was able to make his body hard. And he wasn't the bravest guy. He wasn't a Bakugo. He wasn't a Deku. He wasn't like his body didn't act on his own. Like he saw things and he was terrified and he didn't do anything at times. But I think if you really looking at it, a lot of people, I mean, you have the few who gonna be like a Bakugo and gonna be like whatever and go out there and fight anybody because it's just you. And you have a few that are like that, a very select few who are like that who just moves and just feel like it's the right thing to do. But for the majority, I feel even like heroes, I feel like the most part, most of those people are like Kirishima. It's like fear is a real thing. It's like why not be afraid? Because eventually we see his hero, like the Crimson Riot. He says it's like I'll be a fool not to be afraid in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Put my life, I can die. You know what I'm saying? Put my life out there on the line, and like you get to see Ashido as well. I didn't know came from the same school, and you see how she probably got into the hero course because like yeah she has a sense of like justice and you know she steps up when the time is called. She kind of like more of like the Bakugo type. I don't think she just like the Deku just moves, his body just moves. Bakugo is more or less like okay, I know what's happening and I'm trying to do something about it, and that's kind of what she was. She didn't necessarily attack the villains. The first one, she just like, hey, let me see the best way I can resolve this issue without having to fight. And she did that with the bullets, and she did that with the villains. She gave them directions. But Kirishima just sat there, and like I couldn't do anything. I froze, and at that point, he felt kind of bad, like he didn't deserve to be a hero, until he heard the words of the Crimson Riot, and it's like, hey man, don't feel bad. A lot of us are scared. I mean, and I'm pretty sure a lot of heroes are scared. They just don't want to admit it. But like, it's the true thing when like you have to go out there and face somebody who may not have nothing to lose or just want to kill somebody. Like, everybody don't have that just overwhelming confidence or bravery. It's just something you have to work with. But the Crimson Riot said one thing that was great. Like one thing that trumps my fear is the fear of seeing someone die. Seeing someone take their last breath. And that kind of what motivates Kirishima to get back into this fight. He didn't do anything too much. He just went in there and took a couple blows. Why? Because Fat Gun was taking a lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. Fat Gun wasn't even getting in no punch. He was just sitting on pretty much just being the shit and just taking damage. And that shit was about to break. Kirishima steps in, tries to deliver a punch, but Tengai, I can't remember. He puts up another force field. Kirishima's attack, null and void. But he held off just enough in time because all the damage the Fat Gum had been taking kind of burns off the fat and it gets stored so he can like kind of like disperse it back out. And he had he was no longer Fat Gum, looked like a completely different person, landed a shot and took both of those guys out. And it's like, that's the kind of stuff you want to see because like his character development for both characters, because you always see like, Fat Gum is a really good hero, okay? Like, you see like the confidence he instills in like everybody around him and like the faith he has in everybody under him. We saw with Amajiki, like he's like, okay, I'm confident Amajiki and himself. And like he kind of like the one who, even though the flashback it helped a lot, but like even when the battle first started against Rappa, he like gave Kirishima like some advice, like, hey man, you can't lose your will to fight. Your job is to make them lose theirs before you lose yours. You know what I'm saying? So like I really like Fat Gum's character, and Kirishima is steady getting like more and more stuff to do because we had an episode about him earlier this year. And I didn't expect to see another one so soon, but it is. I really like how this show give each character their time, even though might not necessarily be like the main character. I wish more anime would do like this and like give like the side characters like something to really do. I appreciate this episode a lot. You guys let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you guys later.